If you want to grow microgreens, but you're not sure if you can do that in the winter, especially how much light they need, or if it's snowing outside, this video will make it super simple. And stick with me, because I'll tell you the one type of light that most beginners use that actually causes weak, leggy microgreens. Hey, I'm Connor Hebel, and I help people grow nutrient-packed microgreens right at home, even if you've got low light, limited space, zero gardening, or it's snowing or winter outside. So comment lights below and I'll share with you my indoor lighting cheat sheet for microgreens, including the exact setup I recommend for beginners. Alright, let's break this down. Be sure to stay till the end of that video for that shocking trick that most beginners completely miss. So number one, can microgreens be grown in winter? I feel like a lot of people get confused with this because when you're gardening outside, you have to make sure the right temperatures, the right conditions are all available for you in order to grow those particular vegetables. And then you have seasonal varieties like squash or pumpkin that you can only grow certain times of year. And then wherever you live in the US will change what kind of plants you can grow, what the ideal climate is, all of that, which makes it so that you have to be very particular when gardening outdoors. So just erase all of that when it comes to microgreen growing, because you can grow any type of microgreen anywhere, even if it's super hot outside or it's snowing, because you're growing indoors. You don't have to worry about growing them outdoors. I have a video right here if you do want to watch the benefits, the pros and cons of growing outdoors or indoors. My personal preference is to grow them indoors because you have complete control. You know your temperature indoors, you know the humidity, and you know how much light your microgreens are getting. So growing them indoors is super simple, and you don't have to worry about the snow. You don't have to worry about super dry temperatures. So highly recommend growing indoors. And so you can grow your microgreens year round. And it doesn't matter what variety of microgreens you grow, you can grow them indoors. So now with that out of the way, you can grow them even right now during Christmas time, even right now during the holiday season. How much light do microgreens actually need? And also, do I have to worry about getting a massive setup and being like those major microgreen growing farms? The short answer is you do not have to worry about that. A lot of times I find that people get really confused with microgreens and think there's this massive setup that needs to happen. Quite honestly, all you need is your tray, your seeds, and your soil, and a window or LED light. And I'll dive more into the benefits of both lighting in a minute. And why this is so easy is because you just put your soil down, your seeds on that tray, and have some light, and your microgreens are gonna grow. The reason why people have bigger setups is because they're growing for more quantity. And when you're growing for a bigger quantity, you want to make sure that it's even more controlled. But when you're just starting out, you just need a simple setup. It is so easy to grow your microgreens that I like to say you may not have a green thumb, but you have a microgreen thumb. And so it is incredibly simple. I cannot stress it enough. It's as easy as going over to your microgreens, watering them once a day, and then that's it. Just 5 to 15 minutes. Super simple. So as far as light, microgreens don't need full direct sunlight. In fact, just next to a window, ambient light is perfect. And the reason is that microgreens are really hardy, really strong, and direct sunlight could actually be more harmful than good, depending upon the level of sunlight and the heat. Because if it's direct sunlight and it shrivels the microgreens up, that's not going to be beneficial. So just right next to a window is really good. In fact, how I started growing microgreens is I just got like a little shelf, put it right next to my window, my back door window, and grew my microgreens there. Super easy. And as far as grow lights, there's some small grow lights that you can use. So if you find that your microgreens just aren't growing next to that window, maybe there's not enough light, or the thing that I'll mention at the end of this video, then what you can do is you can get some grow lights. And there's a variety of different kinds and benefits to either one. The most popular are LED grow lights, especially like a shopping light is really simple. Just like a long strip of LED light. It is a little bit more pricey to do that, so I recommend just getting like a small grow light. It's like that big. Just put it right above your microgreens, and you can get these on Facebook Marketplace, Amazon. I'll link a couple below in the description so you can check them out. And this part is really simple. As long as they're getting light, it doesn't really matter as long as they're growing. So just that LED light is going to be perfect for them. Ideally, windows that get the most sunlight in your house are going to be the optimal for microgreen growing. if you want to go the sunlight route. Either way, you're going to be able to grow your microgreens. And if you just want to go completely lean on growing your microgreens, just get a microgreen kit, put it right next to your window, and you're good to go. As far as the lights, if you just get like a small grow light, that's like $15. And then if you want to get like a longer shop light, if you're going to do 2 or 3 microgreens at a time, those can go around anywhere from $50 to $75. So it is a little bit more pricey if you're going that route. But if you're at that point, you're growing a lot of microgreens already. But I recommend just like a small little grow light to start out with. And as far as the amount of light that they need consistent, moderate light for 10 to 12 hours a day. And there are 3 ways to do that. And we'll just go over them real quick, which is your bright natural light from windows and gardening, which we talked about. At least 6 hours of bright indirect sunlight. If you come by and you see that they're growing in one direction, so you'll take the microgreens, you'll rotate them, and then when you do that, the microgreens that were leaning this way will now start to be going straight up because you'll be evening them out. So really powerful. Option 2 is regular household lamps. This surprises people, but you can grow your microgreens under normal lamps. So look for LED bulbs about 9 to 12 watts, 5,000 to 600,000 daylight color. And keep the light at about 6 to 10 inches above the greens. And this is great for beginners and budget growers. That way you don't have to go out and get a whole new grow setup, grow lights, all of that stuff. And then if you did want to go with the LED grow lights that I was mentioning, it's a sweet spot, very inexpensive, and consistent results year round. You don't have to worry about rotating your microgreens or doing any little tweaking that you might with a household lamp. It just creates those strong, straight stems, and that's why you'll see in a lot of grow setups that they'll have those like big grow lights and that like in those whole areas, is because it creates that strong, straight stem and tends to have a thicker stem, richer color and flavor. And it's super low energy usage. And the grow lights take the guesswork out, especially in the winter. So like I mentioned, I'll just put a link for a couple of those. Check them out. I think I have like an affiliate thing, but it's not really gonna make a huge difference whether you go with mine or someone else's, so no worries with that. I just want to give you some options because getting the right grow light is going to really help make a difference. Whether it's growing next to a window, that's a perfect light, or using your LED grow light. So if this is making microgreens feel doable, hit that like button. It helps more people discover indoor growing microgreens, and especially for those who are wanting to grow something in the winter. It's either super freezing and there's like snow and you're not able to grow your vegetables that you want to grow outside, or you want to get into microgreens, and this is a great start. Even though it's winter, you can still grow your microgreens right now. So now, signs your microgreens are getting too little light. This is really important because when you notice this, say you're using window light or you're using a light that you had at home, this will allow you to know if you need to get a grow light or if you need to do some alternate form of lighting. The first thing is they stretch very tall and very thin. And I want to preface this with, if you're noticing this, you might want to check how long you're keeping your microgreens in germination. The recommended time is about 3 to 4 days. If you notice that during germination, your microgreens are really tall and thin, that's not so much about the light, it's about your germination time. So if you're noticing consistently that it's tall and thin before you get your microgreens out of the light, then this is where you'll want to work. And so for those of you who have never grown microgreens, what I'm saying with germination is in the first 3 days of growing microgreens, you're gonna keep your microgreens in a cool, dark space. This signals to your plants that it's time to start growing. It's like putting your seed into the dirt and it's like dark and cool. And that's what we wanna do in the beginning. So during that time, they're gonna start to grow a little. There's gonna be an orange color, so they're not gonna be like your standard microgreen look. After day 3, you put them next to the window, next to your grow lights. That's when they're gonna start to get color from the sunlight or from the LED light. And at this point, if they weren't tall during germination, tall and thin, and they become tall and thin, that means that it is the light that you're looking at. And if you also notice that once you take your microgreens out of germination, if they continue to have yellow or pale leaves, this is a sign that the lighting is not doing what it needs to do, because plant's gonna look for some nutrients that the light gives it, whether it's the LED light or the sunlight. And if it's not getting it from that light, then it won't change color. And floppy stems, if you're noticing that your plants are drooping or they're just not as strong and thick as they usually are, then you're gonna wanna look at the lighting. And if you're noticing it in floppy stems specifically, there's another thing you want to look at, and that is the watering. How much water are you using? Because this can also be a sign that you're not watering your microgreens enough. So check out this video on how to make sure you're watering your microgreens properly. If you're using a grow medium called cocoa coir, which is what we use in our kits, dry cocoa coir and moist cocoa coir. The dry cocoa coir will be a dark brown, whereas the moist will be a darker brown. And you want to keep it in that darker brown color. If it starts to change to that light brown, then you will want to add more water. And it's super simple to add more water. I talk about it more in that video that I mentioned. So if it's not the watering and you're having those floppy stems, then it very well could be the lighting. And then if it's leaning super hard toward the window, so much so that it's starting to get that thin look, then it might be time to use a grow light. And the reason is that it's really reaching. You'll still get the benefits of the microgreens, but they won't look as pretty and uniform. And a lot of times when they're leaning super hard, then you'll get like very thin, tiny leaves. And if you want to add it to a dish or you want to make it present really nicely, then this is when you'll want to add that grow light. So if they are leaning super hard and you're noticing that it's very thin and leggy, that's when it's up to you if you want to make it more, whether you want to use a grow light or move it closer to the window. This part is personal preference in terms of, do you want it to look nice or do you want it to look thinner? And quite honestly, I'm someone who I don't really care if my microgreens look absolutely perfect, so this wouldn't be the sign for me to go change to an LED light. However, if you do want that like nice, rich, thick look, then I would recommend a grow light at that point. Or if you're using a grow light and it's not working, seeing if there's a different quality grow light that's even better. And then weak flavor. If you're noticing that you're not getting that full, rich microgreen taste from your microgreens, it could be that it's not getting the right amount of sunlight, whether it's from the LED light or whether it's from the sun. Sometimes the nutrients the microgreens get from the light, if it's not getting them, will change the flavor of your microgreens. So that weak flavor very well could be that it's not getting the amount of light that it needs. So really important. So these are the classic signs that you might want to change where you're putting your microgreens, maybe next to a different window that gets more sun, or go with an LED light or a grow light that's even better. And signs that they're getting enough light. So we talked about what they're not getting. So what are they getting to make sure that they have the right amount of light? So these are all the good signs that your light is perfect. So short, strong stems. And this is really important to know when you're growing microgreens. A majority of microgreens look very similar. So like your broccoli, your kale, your collards, all of those look so similar. But when you're growing like a sunflower and pea, the short, strong stem, it's gonna look different. If you've been growing broccoli and kale and you go to pea microgreens and you're like, wait, this is so much longer, that is normal. So make sure that you're comparing to what a healthy, normal version of that microgreen looks like. On average, it's gonna look very similar. So you're gonna wanna look for short, strong stems. For your average microgreen of like broccoli, kale, they're like that big and they have those nice wide leaves. I'll show a picture right here. And if you're doing more of like peas or sunflower or something that's different from your typical microgreen, do some research on what those look like. I don't have time to cover it in this video in particular. If that's interesting to you, put a comment down below and I can go even more in depth in making sure that your microgreens have that strong light. And so with this, another thing for pea microgreens and really all your other microgreens, if you're using nutrients to grow your microgreens even stronger, which some microgreens farms do, there's pros and cons to both, then this can make your microgreens even taller, and that's normal. When it's expected and it's a part of the growing process, totally makes sense. But if you're not using any kind of extra nutrients that are causing this, then you want to make sure that they're at an average normal rate, which our microgreen kits, we just use what nature provides. Personally, I feel like that's even better. And there's other people who love to use the extra nutrients and really get into the chemistry with microgreens. And I love diving into that even further. For people who are just starting out, I like to keep it simple. Make it easy to grow, make it easy to enjoy. And then once you get the hang of growing your microgreens, dive into the nutrients you can add into your microgreens and really decide for yourself, do I like adding those nutrients or do I like keeping it simple? Because they both have their benefits in their own ways. And you don't need to add the nutrients, it's just an extra benefit, an extra bonus that you can add to your microgreens. So another thing is dark, vibrant leaves. you'll notice that they have that nice rich color. They're really vibrant. They're not like a super light green. When you have like where it's almost washed out, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for that dark, really full and rich microgreen. And I'll show you a couple of pictures right here so that you can really see what that looks like. And of course, like I mentioned, depending upon the variety, the richness and the color is gonna look a little different. So search up whatever microgreen it is. Like if it's broccoli microgreen, search up some broccoli microgreens and you'll see a lot more of the color and the richness to reference, because some microgreens do have more of a rich, full color than others. So that's my one preface for this particular one. Another one is even growth. If you've measured your seeds and you've spread them across evenly, this part is key. Make sure you spread your microgreens across evenly. If you've done that and you see that you have the even growth, this is a highly good sign that your microgreens are really rich and they're really full and they're growing evenly. And when you have this, then you know that your microgreens are doing really well and the light is doing really good for you. Rich flavor. When you can really taste that microgreen feel in your microgreens, you know that you have the right amount of light because the microgreens are getting the nutrients that they need from the sun or from your grow light. So really nice to have that rich flavor. And then something that can really help this whole process is having sturdy grow trays. We like to have a 2-tier tray, which you lift the 2 trays up, put a cup of water in and put that back down, because that way you reduce your risk of mold and reduce any other challenges that could cause your microgreens to be weak, leggy, or any other challenges like that. So using a sturdy tray really makes a difference, especially when you're using your window, because you want to make sure that the microgreens are getting consistent sunlight across the whole tray. And aim for light directly above the tray. Close but not too hot. This is really important when you're growing next to your window, is you want to have the light at ideally kind of like upward and down. So like where it's like, if this is the microgreen tray, where it's hitting that microgreen and it's ideally kind of up and down, you want to get that sunlight really directly onto the microgreen. This is also important for your grow lights, and you want to make sure that your grow lights are directly above and they're close enough, but they're not too close that they heat up your microgreens and then they all shrivel up. So you want to aim for that light directly above your microgreen. And now for that secret tip on the most common mistake that I told you about. The most common mistake is leaving your lights too far away. When your light is weak or distant, microgreens have to really stretch to find it. And if you keep your light too close, like and you want to have it about 6 to 10 inches away, then you'll see a huge difference. So if you want more simple indoor growing tips like this, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss our next videos. And if you want an easy way to start growing your microgreens in the wintertime or gifting them to someone who's really hard to shop for, I put together a limited edition holiday microgreen box that includes the best varieties for winter and indoor growing. It's beginner friendly, ships fast, and only available for a short time. And the first 200 people are the only people who will get this deal. It's in the link below, so just click it, order your microgreens, and have them ready to go for Christmas time. And if you're wondering which microgreens are best for winter, I've got a whole video showing which microgreens are best for the winter time. There are some specific varieties that do even better in the cold seasons. And if you have any other variety, you can still grow them indoors. So watch that video next, and I'll see you over there. If you want to grow microgreens this window, even if you barely get any sunlight, these are the top 5 varieties that thrive indoors and grow fast, fresh, and delicious all season long. And stick with me, because I'll tell you the one varieties most beginners think they should grow in the winter, but actually struggles the most. Hi, I'm Connor Hebel, and I help people grow nutrient-packed microgreens at home. No garden, no special equipment, and no sunlight needed. And comment winter greens below, and I'll send you my quick starter guide with the easiest variety to grow indoors all winter long. And while you wait, let's get into the top 5 winter winners. Top microgreens to grow in winter are: number 1, broccoli microgreens. Broccoli is the microgreen that I recommend to every beginner, and it's the one that people fall in love with first. Here's why broccoli is a winter superstar. First of all, it grows great in low light or under basic limbs. And 2, it's mild, versatile flavor that everybody likes. 3, it's packed with nutrients, especially sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is a phytonutrient that's been researched over quite a lot of time on its benefits, in particular with anti-inflammatory benefits, and also doing a thing with your cancer cells called autophagize them, which basically means cause them to explode. So really powerful stuff here. In your microgreens, and especially broccoli microgreens, there's 10 to 100 times more sulforaphane than your mature vegetables. 10 to 100 times more sulforaphane. So microgreens are so powerful. If you think of a head of broccoli versus broccoli microgreens, in your broccoli microgreens, there's 10 to 100 times more sulforaphane than that head of broccoli. Super powerful for you. And this video right here, Dr. Berg breaks it down step by step on how powerful that is. Broccoli microgreens germinate fast and grow in about 7 to 10 days. Super quick, super simple. I love them, and they're so easy to add to meals. So if you want something healthy, reliable, and easy, broccoli is the perfect winter microgreen. And yes, broccoli is included in our holiday seed bundle, which you can click below to find the special link, which is only available for the first 200 people who get this holiday seed bundle, so check it out. Number 2, salad mix microgreens. If you love variety, this one is for you. Salad mix is a blend of fast-growing, winter-happy brassicas that come up thick, uniform, and flavorful. So why do people love salad mix? Beautiful mix of colors and textures, which is great for your salads, soups, sandwiches, anything that you're eating in the day, because it has that nice blend of all of those different veggies. It grows quickly and evenly, and it's perfect for topping on literally any meal. It's one of the fastest growing mixes indoors, and it adds instant freshness to winter cooking. This mix is also included in the holiday seed bundle. Number 3, turnip microgreens. Turnip is basically the hidden gem of microgreens. Most people never think to grow it, but once they do, they're hooked. The turnip microgreens are super fast and cold tolerant. They're mild and sweet with a hint of that nice brassica earthy flavor. They're tender, smooth, and they're great raw. And they're reliable even in low winter light. And they're surprisingly beginner friendly that add a delicious subtle kick to any dish. It's really nice to add, especially when you want that spice but you don't want too much spice. Highly recommend it. And turnip seeds are also included in the seed bundle too. Number 4, Oriental mustard microgreens. These bring a warm, flavorful kick that cuts through heavy winter foods beautifully. And this is really great for growing your microgreens during the winter time. What Oriental mustard microgreens are is the cousin to wasabi. What a lot of people don't know about wasabi is that most people in America have never had real wasabi. It's usually horseradish that's been dyed green. That's right, it's usually horseradish. It's been flavored, but it's not real wasabi. So Oriental mustard microgreens is the cousin to real wasabi. It is so good. And what makes Oriental mustard perfect for winter is they're a strong germinator in cool temperatures. They're bold like wasabi, they have that nice heat, and then they kind of fade into this brown mustard taste. So it has this nice flavor palette that is super delicious. And it has gorgeous deep green leaves. This is one of my favorites, and it's most popular. When I go to a vendor fair and I'm sampling these Oriental mustard microgreens, people will literally ask me, how did you flavor this microgreen? It is so good that we think we need it flavored. Microgreens are natural, they're naturally flavorful because there's so much nutrient density, so much nutrition in your microgreens, they taste so good. I've heard that about 50 years ago, fruits and vegetables tasted completely different. And a big reason why that is because our nutrition was so much higher just 50 years ago. So in your microgreens, you have a lot of that nutrition that our mature veggies have started to lose. And they are harvested fresh. Usually about 7 to 8 days is how long you need to grow them. And if you like adding flavor without cooking, this one is a must. This variety is also included in your seed bundle. And number 5, brown mustard microgreens. Brown mustard is more malleable and approachable cousin to the Oriental mustard. It's still flavorful, but it's smoother and not as in-your-face spicy. It's also more versatile. And a lot of the benefits are that it thrives in winter conditions. It has that warm mustardy flavor, but it's not as spicy as Oriental mustard. And it has a beautiful uniform growth. It has those nice deep rich leaves. And it's excellent for your salads, soups, and eggs and tacos. There's so many great meals you can add it to. Or if you eat a lot of sandwiches, adding it in and having that nice spicy kick is so delicious. Right here's a video on some of the recipes you can use for your microgreens. And it grows predictably and tastes amazing, especially in colder months when you want more depth of flavor and that warm feeling. And yes, brown mustard is included in your holiday seed pack as well. So click that link below, get your kit and your seeds today. And as a bonus, get them for your friends and family. They are excellent gifts. And this video right here will dive into the benefits of giving microgreens as Christmas gifts. So much better than a gift card. Why did I choose these 5 in the winter kit? They were specifically chosen because they grow fast. They don't need strong sunlight. They thrive in cold months. And they have a mix of flavors, from mild to bold. And they stay consistent for all beginners. And they're fun to compare to taste side by side. It's that nice sampler of what microgreens can offer. More mellow and calm with your broccoli and your salad mix, to more spicy with the Oriental, turnip, and brown mustard. And because they're all hardy brassicas, they're incredibly perfect for gifting or for winter growing. And the secret is, because they're all in the brassica family, they all have that sulforaphane benefit I was talking about. And broccoli is the microgreen people love to grow for New Year health goals. And if you're already thinking, okay, I want to try these, then hit that like button. It helps more people discover microgreens this winter. And go ahead and give them as a gift, because there's that one person that you just want to give them a gift, but you don't know what to get them. This is the gift that will make the difference. All right, so that secret tip, what not to grow in winter. Avoid basil during the cold months. Most people assume basil is easy, but it hates cold rooms. It grows slowly, it needs strong light, and there's mold issues that pop up fast. And it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to grow basil microgreens. It's a very long grow, so I would not recommend this for a beginner. I would recommend starting with those hardy brassica family. Make it easy on yourself. And save basil for spring or summer after you've already grown some of your microgreens with your microgreen kit, and grow the top 3 that I mentioned. And that will set you up for success. So if you want more tips like this, make sure to subscribe and tap the bell so you won't miss the rest of our winter series. We've already talked about who to get the microgreen gifts for, how to grow them in winter, is it even possible? Microgreens make such an incredible gift as opposed to a gift card or sweaters or socks. So now the question is, are microgreens better than a gift card? Check this video out to find out more. As always, stay awesome. During the holidays, gift cards feel easy, but let's be honest, they're forgettable. And if you want to give a gift that actually gets remembered and talked about, microgreens are the surprise win. Here's why. If you've ever gotten a gift card and felt like it wasn't enough, this is why people will actually remember the gift. And stick with me, there's a secret hidden emotional benefit to giving microgreens that most people miss, and it's the real reason they feel so different, especially during the holiday season. Hi, I'm Connor Hebel, and I help people give and grow microgreens that spark joy, boost health, and leave gift cards in the dust. So comment better gift below, and I'll share with you my complete comparison guide of microgreens versus gift cards, and why one gives you way more impact for the same price. And while you're watching, think of that person who deserves more than that last-minute gift card this year. Gift cards are safe, but let's be real, they're forgettable. They're convenient, but they don't mean anything. Most get spent, tossed, or forgotten, and no one remembers who gave it. When someone opens up a microgreen kit or sees fresh greens growing, they remember you. It's unique, thoughtful, and says, actually thought about you and your health. People will remember that. It's a whole experience when you grow your microgreens. When you start from seeds and you have fresh live produce that you grew right at home. A gift card is gone in 5 minutes. Microgreens last weeks. You get to watch them grow. Every day, it's a reminder of the gift and the giver. And once they start growing their microgreens, they're gonna keep growing them. And then it's not just a week. It's years, maybe even decades, that they've had that amazing experience. And that's how I got into microgreens. I was walking with my family down a vendor market, and all of a sudden we stopped at this really interesting booth that had all these interesting greens. And during the time I had health challenges, so I was on a very strict diet. And by getting a kit and growing my microgreens, I was able to really understand the benefits of growing microgreens right at home. And it was a whole experience I got to enjoy with my family. We went to the growing facility and really got to know more about how to grow microgreens. And from there, I was like, you know, there are just some things that I loved the kit, and there were so many other things that I wanted to add, incorporate, and enhance. And so that's one of the reasons why I created Island Microgreens, so that you can have the best, highest quality microgreen growing experience possible. So if you've ever felt kind of meh handing over a gift card, that embarrassment or that awkwardness, hit the like button. You're not the only one ready to give something that actually matters. It's that emotional reason that microgreens hit harder than gift cards. And I'll tell you in just a second what that is. One thing that's really powerful is they're easy to give and easy to use. There's no account needed, no apps. You just get your kit, you open it up, water it, grow it. It feels super simple and exciting. In fact, I had one of my customers in the very beginning during COVID who during her birthday got 6 microgreen kits. Got one for herself and then the rest for her grandkids. And they all hopped on Zoom. And during that time, they spent like an hour just growing their microgreens together. It was this whole experience of growing their microgreens as a family. And that's something that doesn't just last there. That's a core memory that lasts a lifetime. Imagine those kids growing up and being able to talk about that time that they grew microgreens with their grandma. That's something that lasts forever. It's something that they do. It's not something that they get. And that interaction makes that gift even more memorable. You don't have to hand make a sweater or write a 5-page card. Microgreens strike that balance between effort and ease, between I care for your health and I want to give you something exciting. If you love the idea of giving something more meaningful, but still simple, make sure you hit that subscribe and ring the bell. I've got more gift ideas that tie this all together beautifully. And here's the part no one talks about. Microgreens make you feel good too. You're not just handing someone a gift card, you're giving them something alive, something that grows. That moment of surprise and curiosity, it's contagious and it feels amazing to give. I always love when I go to vendor markets, and especially during the holiday season, when people come up and they're like, oh my goodness, this is the best gift I could give my friends and family. It's something that's so unique. I know no one else is gonna have the same exact thing, so I'm not gonna have to worry about that awkward, but we had the same exact gift. And so there's no competition, and you get to give something that's so unique and so fun for everyone in your family. And since it's so amazing to give, I want to give you the gift of a microgreen holiday special. This is live for the first 200 people who sign up. I'll link it below, easy to get to. Just click that link and you'll be able to be one of the first 200 people to get your microgreen gifts for your friends and family. So now the question is, how do you wrap a microgreen gift? Especially if it's a living thing or a kit that's meant to be grown later. Click the link below to grab that holiday gift box, and I'll send you my free eco wrapping guide so it looks as easy as it feels to give. So that wrapping challenge, we're solving that together right over here in this video next. So let's keep growing and I'll show you exactly how to wrap it right here. As always, stay awesome. If you're wondering what microgreens actually are or how they're different from sprouts, this video right here clears it up once and for all. And I'll show you the one mistake most beginners make when they try and grow microgreens at home and how easy it is to avoid it. So hi, I'm Connor Hebel, founder of Island Microgreens. Our mission is to help inspire you to grow fresh, live microgreens right at home, no yard, no greenhouse, and no stress. So comment grow below and I'll share with you my microgreen masterclass completely free with 14 years of my microgreen growing experience. And stay tuned because I'm about to show you exactly how microgreens work even if you've never planted anything before. So first of all, microgreens are baby plants. They're not sprouts. And this is really important to know because there's a big difference between microgreens. You have the seed, you have the sprout, and then you have the microgreen. And the reason why there's a big difference is because microgreens are 40% more nutrient dense than your mature vegetables, and they're more nutrient dense than sprouts. So by just letting them grow a couple days longer, your microgreens are going to be so much more nutrient packed than your sprouts are. And so sprouts are typically grown in jars. You typically put them like under your counter, under your kitchen sink, away from the light. And then you just pour some water in, wash them, and then pour that water out and just cool, dark space. The difference between that and microgreens is that microgreens are grown on a tray, and they see the light after day 3, and they use a grow medium, usually a cocoa coir or a jute mat, but there's a few other grow mediums, which you can watch this video right here. I will dive more into grow mediums there. And by letting them grow, see the sunlight, they are significantly more nutrient dense, so super powerful. And microgreens are harvested young, but they're not immature. So these super greens, like I mentioned, are up to 40% more nutrient dense than your mature vegetables. So think of like a broccoli versus broccoli microgreens, radish versus radish microgreens, or sunflower versus sunflower microgreens. They are going to be significantly more nutrient. In fact, Dr. Berg did a video talking about the power of a phytonutrient called sulforaphane, and sulforaphane has been researched to help with reducing your level of inflammation and do a thing with your cancer cells called autophagize them, which basically means explode. So really powerful stuff, and there's been a lot of research within what sulforaphane is. In your microgreens, there's 10 to 100 times more sulforaphane than in your mature veggies. That's 10 to 100 times, not 10 to 100%, 10 to 100 times more sulforaphane. So by getting your microgreens, you're getting extremely powerful veggies and phytonutrients. And they're grown clean. They're without the risk of pesticide use, and in our kits in particular, without the risks of sprout contamination. So when you grow microgreens, you want something really particular with your seeds, and there's a big reason why. And what you want is you want to make sure that your seeds are pathogen tested. And what this is your seeds have been tested to make sure that there isn't contaminants of E. coli and salmonella. And as you can imagine, that would be really huge when you're eating so closely to the seed. If you remember about 6 or 7 years ago, there was an E. coli and salmonella scare in sprouting. And that's because people were getting seeds that were not pathogen tested, which a lot of your garden seeds don't necessarily need to be, because you're planting them outside and you're not eating really closely to that seed. But when you're sprouting and when you're growing microgreens, you need to make sure that your seeds are pathogen tested. So we make sure that we do that. And they're pesticide free because you're putting what you want on your microgreens. So you're making sure that water is good quality, air is good quality. That's pretty much all that needs to be around. The sunlight's good quality. And so there's no pesticides being used, no harsh chemicals. It's all whatever you put on it, you're in complete control. And that's what I love about growing microgreens and why I've empowered people to start growing their own microgreens at home. So if you've ever been confused by microgreens versus sprouts, or worried about the safety, hit the like button. This info needs to get out there, and your like helps get more people so that they can find it. Because when we start growing our own food right at home, we're taking back control and we're making sure that we're getting our fresh live produce right at home. If you remember in COVID how the food chain at the stores got so out of whack, that's because we weren't in control. We didn't have the ability to grow our food. With growing your microgreens, it may not be all your food that you eat, and it's moving towards that level of food security. And remember, the number one beginner mistake that ruins microgreens before they even sprout. And before I get there, I just want to talk about how transformative microgreens are, because you can grow them anywhere. If you have an apartment, an RV, a small boat, or even you're up in space, you can grow your microgreens. In fact, NASA's grown them up in space. So if NASA can grow them up in space, you can grow your microgreens right at home. And I'll give you a little secret. For those of you who have friends, you don't know what to get them as gifts, microgreens make that perfect addition. Especially if they have an apartment or a small space and they still want to grow their own garden and fresh veggies, microgreens make an excellent gift. And for the first 200 people that are giving microgreens as gifts, I have a link below that's going to give you the best deal on your microgreens. And so it's only for the first 200, so go ahead and check that out. Regardless of where you're living, you can grow your own fresh life produce. And they're grown in 7 days. You'll literally see progress every single day, which makes them one of the most motivating and satisfying things to grow. They're the ultimate I grew this moment. Imagine you've spent, like 15, 30 minutes planting your microgreens, watering them and taking care of them. And then by the end of day 7, you have fresh live microgreens that you can say that you've grown this. In fact, I had a customer who was 7 who had no interest in fruits or veggies at all. Only chicken nuggets and hamburgers. There was nothing else that he would eat. And he was really interested in amaranth microgreens because they're this bright neon pink. They look so different from regular veggies. He's like, you know what? I don't want to eat these. I just want to grow them. So he started growing his microgreens, and then he started to do something miraculous. He started to eat his microgreens. This is a kid that would not eat anything other than chicken nuggets and hamburgers. Started eating microgreens, and then started eating veggies. So by getting your kids, getting your family members starting to grow their own food, they're going to feel that excitement of, I did this, and they're going to start to eat their veggies. So this is a really excellent Christmas gift for any kids in your family. And if this makes you want to start trying to grow your microgreens or give them as a gift, hit subscribe and turn on the like bell. I've got more simple tips coming up that make you feel like a total pro in no time. All right, so here's that mistake I was talking about from the very beginning of this video. Overwatering. Most people want to soak the tray, end up keeping it too wet, and this leads to mold. And mold is not good. You also have root rot. So instead, follow the directions step by step. For the first couple days, you'll be misting them daily. Then after that, just put like a half a cup of water in your tray. And then what's going to be key here is come back 15 minutes later, lift up your 2 trays, look and make sure that there isn't any more water in there. If there is, then that means that your microgreens have already soaked up as much water as they need. Go ahead and pour that out. And that's about 15 minutes after you've watered your microgreens. Super simple. And by doing that, you're making sure that your microgreens don't have that risk of mold or a thing called root rot, where the roots start to turn brown and essentially start rotting. So you don't want either of those. And now you might be wondering, which microgreen should I actually grow or give as a gift? Some microgreens are easier than others, and doing the wrong choice could turn someone off for good for growing microgreens. So make sure you're picking those best microgreens for beginners. We'll also talk about growing microgreens in the winter. So go ahead and click this video right here, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, stay awesome. Are you stuck trying to figure out what to get someone for Christmas, and you don't want to just give them another boring gift card, or worse, a Christmas sweater? Then this living gift might just blow your mind. And there's one reason why almost nobody talks about it, but that's what makes this gift the most unforgettable gift you can give. And I'll share it with you in just a minute. Hi everyone, I'm Connor Hebel, and we are on a mission to help you grow powerful, nutritious greens right at home, even if you've got no experience and no outdoor space. If you're in that space of not knowing what to get your friends and family, then go ahead and comment below the word help, because we all need help for some of our friends that we want to give them something really meaningful, but we have no idea what to do for that. So in this video, we'll dive right into that. And I will send you my favorite gift ideas when you type help in the comments below. And while you wait, keep watching, because I'll show you exactly why this specific gift that I'm gonna share stands out more than anything else you'll give this year. So what is the gift? The gift is microgreens, and more specifically, a microgreen kit. Why is that? Well, the first reason is it is a living gift. It's not just stuff. Most gifts just sit there on our shelves. Microgreens grow, they change, they add something alive to your space. It's a gift with energy that lasts longer than a candle or a chocolate bar or a pair of socks. And the second reason It is perfect for healthy eaters or foodies. If you know someone who's always saying, I need to eat better, or I love fresh ingredients, or even better, they're a vegan and they want to have more fresh live produce, then boom, microgreens are packed with the nutrients and flavor perfect for your friends and family, and they grow right in your kitchen. And reason 3, anyone can grow them. You don't need a garden, you don't need a green thumb, and everything you need is within the kit, so it's so simple. Whether they live in a tiny apartment or a big house, microgreens grow on a shelf or a windowsill with minimal effort. And it's a great way to show that you care about your friends and family. What better way to give them a gift than to say, I prioritize your health and wellness, and I want to see you looking healthy and well in the next coming years. So if you're nodding your head right now, like, yes, this is exactly what I've been looking for, hit that like button. So I know I'm not the only one who's done generic gift cards. And hang tight, because that secret reason why microgreens are unforgettable, I'm about to spill it in just a moment. So reason 4, microgreens are eco-friendly. 98% of our single-use plastics are removed, and there's no waste. Just compostable packaging and something that gives back to the earth. That's the kind of gift people remember. And the carbon footprint is significantly less, as well as the waste, because whatever you're growing, you're gonna eat, right? Super simple. And you can always store it. We have a couple videos, which I'll link right here, on how to store your microgreens so that you can make sure that you get your microgreens and they last as long as possible. Reason 5. It sparks curiosity and connection. Most people have never tried growing their own food, especially not in winter. And microgreens are like giving someone a hobby, a science experience with a health boost in one. And for those gardeners in your life that love gardening, but in the winter they're not able to spend their time outdoors, this can be a great solution for them to be able to grow something right inside their house. In fact, I have a story of someone, it was her birthday, and she got all of her grandkids microgreen kits, and they all hopped on Zoom and planted their microgreens together. So this is a great gift that you can buy your whole family, and then you can all grow microgreens together, because it is such a fun experience. And by the end, you have something that you can eat and enjoy, and it creates that lasting, lifelong experience. And to be able to give that to your friends and your family is such a powerful and amazing gift. So if you love giving something meaningful, fun, and zero waste. By the way, I've put together a limited run of microgreen boxes for the holidays. Super easy to use, looks great as a gift, and it's only available for a short time. So if you're thinking this would be a perfect gift for any of the 5 people, or your friend, your mom, your teacher, check it out using the link below. So here's the secret reason why microgreens make an incredible gift. Microgreens actually give a sense of wonder. It's not just about eating the greens. It's about watching something come to life. It's that tiny spark that makes people go, wait, I just grew that. That's the kind of joy that no socks, no sweaters, and no gift cards can give. And so here's the thing. Once you decide to give microgreens, the next question becomes, okay, which one do I choose? Because not all kits are created equal, and some are better for total beginners. So scroll down, click the link below, and grab the holiday gift box and starter kit while my deal is still live. I created an incredible deal for you all that is specifically for this holiday. This link is only for 200 kits. Once they all go, it is gone. So be sure to check it out. It is an incredible holiday gift that allows your family member to keep growing their microgreens year-round. It is so amazing. So if you're wondering which microgreen kit is best, especially for the winter or for beginners, that's what I'll help you with over here next. So for the winter beginners, check out this video right here, and I'll see you in our next video. As always, stay awesome.